Now, we will see a quick recap of what we discussed till now. We need to discuss one more topic, which is the state management using the Redux. We will see what is Redux, what is state management with Redux, and then we'll do for the final project of React. React is one of the easiest course of all. In React, all you will learn is first React introduction, what is a component, how to have one component inside another component, nested component. One is parent component, another one is child component, state, props, virtual DOM. Any change in a component is considered as state. Passing data from one component to another component is props. When you change one value, when a state is changed, the component re-renders. When a component re-renders, only wherever change happen, only that place change will occur. That is because React will create two DOM trees and compare these two DOM trees, and we'll see what is the difference between these two, and only that particular one it will change in the real DOM. The concept of creating the virtual DOMs and comparing and giving into the real DOM, okay, is one of the important topic in React. How the React works. Next, React uses functions, default functions called hooks. What is difference between normal function and hook is normal function may return, may not return anything, but hooks must return something. Second, every hook, if you observe, start with use. Start with, you can create your own hook also, like use Prasad. I can create, it's just a function which returns something. Okay. Now, use state, use effect are the hooks we have discussed. Use state is used to observe the state changes, and use effect is used for the API calls or something like asynchronous operations. Next, functional components. We discussed always functional components. In the last Saturday, I gave you an idea on what is a class component. A class component is nothing but a class extends the component class which uses render method to render the complete UI. Before React 16th version, people used to use class components only, but now people are preferring functional components. We discussed context API. How do we use context? We discussed use memo. We discussed use callback. We discussed use ref. We discussed forms. We discussed events. We discussed React routing. Now we will discuss Redux. With this, the complete thing will be done, and where we will do it like our final project on React. If you really concentrate, this course is not much difficult. The React is itself easy, and also React is itself important because whether you are a Python developer or Java developer or .NET developer, the front end is React only. You take the every famous website which is coming nowadays, Chat GPT or any AI application, front end is React. If you go to AI and ask it to build something, also it will do React only. If you go to any AI, if you go to the chat GPT, ask it to build one nice to do application. Don't mention it like any technology. Automatically it will go for React. You getting my point, ma? Online, is it clear, sir? Till now. Good. Let's go here. Let's deal with the another one. This is the only point where most people will confuse. This is easy also. Redux. Redux. What is Redux? Redux is a Redux is a predictable, predictable, predictable state management library, state management library of JavaScript, of JavaScript. It can be used, it can be used with React or Angular or Vue or even vanilla JavaScript. Even plain JavaScript will can use this. Implementation might be different for each one, but majority of the times, majority of the times, it is used with React. In small apps, in small apps, individual component state is enough. Individual component state is enough. But when application grows, when application grows, multiple components, multiple components may need to access same data. Multiple components may need to access same data. For that, we need to use we need to use global state logic using Redux. If you observe, context API also will do the similar one. Okay, but there is a difference. Very chota applications you will do normal state. When you go medium one, you can use context API or Redux. When you go for higher ones, only Redux is a choice. Just note it down. Online, if you have it like any doubts, you can tell me, ma. Redux has three principles. Basically, Redux have three principles. First one, single source of truth. Whole application, whole application state, state is stored in one single object, one single object inside a store, inside a store. So basically, Redux will give you only one store. How many stores Redux will give you, sir? One store. It is important interview questions. Redux provides only one store. There are so many other state management libraries like Justad or something other. They will provide multiple stores, but Redux focuses on one store. In Redux, they will give you one store. In that store only, we will put it like complete. We will put it like complete application ka state. Clear, ma? Online, are you getting my point, sir? Good. Next one. Like I can give one example. Like users name John, cart empty, count 0. Like if you see how many variables are there here, how many variables are there? Three states I'm observing. Now count value 0. Maybe after certain time it will become 1, na? Right or not? Now only John is there, user. There may be another user might come, na? Maybe John may leave, na? It will change, right? Cart items till now nothing is there, but it will change now. So in our application, there are three values that will change. But all these three states are storing in one object only. Because always Redux believes in one store, single source of truth, they call it. Second, state is read only, read only. Even in normal React, it is the same. You cannot modify, you cannot modify the state, the state directly. You cannot modify the state directly. Instead, you dispatch an action describing what happened. You will give some actions. Based on action, they will change, but you will never change the state directly without the action. We will see what is an action, I will tell you. Reducer actions, I will tell you. Third one. Changes are made with pure functions. To the people who don't know what is pure function, any function that doesn't change what it receives is pure functions. For example, there is one function add. In this function, you are giving a comma b. So a will give one value, b will give one value. Huh? If the function is not changing a value, not changing b value, it is doing something like c equals to a plus b. It is just using them, it is not changing them. In that case, that is pure function. The difference between pure and impure is pure will never change what it receives, but impure will change them. Okay. Just this is not the relevant one, but in JavaScript they will tell you. If they don't tell you, I'm just giving it an example. If I go here, add a comma b, Just for an idea, I'm giving it. This is no need to note it down. This is just an example. I'm giving it for the pure and impure. Now, if you observe in this too, check this one. What is it is receiving? A, B. Is it changing A value? Is it changing B value? No, this is called pure. But if you observe this, what is it receiving? A, B. Is it changing A value? This is impure. Okay. It's not like pure is good, impure is bad, nothing like that. Just a name. Okay. No need. Like some functions, people call it in a different way. So, Redux always goes with pure ones. Okay. Sir, I have folders like HTML, CSS, wanna match folders in GitHub. Then you need to do it like put the first HTML, CSS both in one folder. For that folder, use the Git. It will work. Now, let's start, sir. So, this one. It uses it uses pure functions, pure functions named named reducers, reducers, reducers that takes current state, takes current state, takes current state, take an action, take an action, return new state, return new state. Now let's do one simple program, sir. npm create white at the rate latest counter redux. In olden times, we used to use directly Redux, but it was updated as Redux Toolkit. We'll discuss both. Before we go for that, let's understand the architecture of Redux. In Redux, in Redux, everything is maintained using store. Everything is maintained using everything is maintained using, sir, store. How many stores are there in Redux? Only one. When something action happened, what is an action, sir? An action is like I will deposit some money, I will withdraw some money, I will click a button, or I will put a mouse over, I will do something. Whenever an action happened, whenever an event happened, the event dispatches an action. An event dispatches an action. Like what to do. Action will tell you what to do. Okay. And that action will go to the reducer. Reducer is one function that takes the action as input and returns the state. So reducer takes the action, and whatever you tell to do, that it will do, and it will return the new state. And the new state will come back to the UI. Here, four things were very important. UI triggers event. UI triggers event. Event dispatches action. Event dispatches action. Action goes to reducer. Action goes to reducer. Reducer takes the action and returns a new state in a store. Okay. These are the four important things. Okay. Uh, I recommend you to draw this. Now, online people also please draw this, sir. Dhanma, now let's go here. Let's see my example. Online people can listen, sir. Where is this Redux demo? Count Redux. Good. Go here. I'm creating a folder called Redux. In this folder, okay, first thing we need to do, how to do, I'm doing a steps. Step one, npm install redux comma react-redux. There are two packages which are like npm. One is npm redux and another one is npm cls cd counter redux. npm install redux react redux. Both are installed. Second one, create actions reducer and store. Actions reducer and store. Because if you observe in our diagram, UI we will create. App.jsx is UI. We know how to create. We don't know how to create actions. We don't know how to create reducer. We don't know how to create store. If we create these three, all we will do is assemble them. Okay. Then we will understand what is the part of each one. Online, are you all getting my point, ma? Actions.js. This is not HTML. This is a JavaScript one. Actions is just a JavaScript. So we don't use JSX. We will use just a JS. Okay. So actions are nothing but we will do simple whatever the actions we do. What are the actions we will do in counter? Increment, decrement. These two things only I want na? Increment and decrement. So I will write it like const, export const, increment, return, type, increment. Same thing, decrement. Let's put a difference. I will put capitals. Decr, incr. Now, sir, see how much easy actions are nothing but functions only. Actions are nothing but functions only. But these actions will tell what kind of things you need. What you need, type value incre you need or type value decr. What to do, it will tell by using the return. This action functions return something, returns an object. If you see, these two functions returns in one object. Okay. If you want to change some value, it will give some payload also. How much to change also it will give. Okay. Now it is returning only type. If you want it like you can put payload also. I will first show you type, then I will show you with the payload. Okay. Basically, actions are functions. Actions are functions that returns an object that returns an object which contains type, payload, etc. They basically tells Redux what just happened. Okay. I as this is our first program, I recommend you to note it down these things also. Online, if you have any question, you can tell me, sir. You can ask. Okay. Next one, sir. Reducers. In this one only, reducers are pure functions that accepts state and action and returns a new state, a new state. It never modifies existing state. It never modifies the existing state. Now I created two actions now. UI will go to action. Action will go to reducer na. That is what according to diagram. Now if I go here, reducer, let's create another thing called a reducer. Reducer dot JS. Now all you will do is you can put here const uh, counter reducer. You can put any name you like. Export default counter reducer and this reducer, as I told you, what are the things reducer will accept, sir? Pure functions they accept. You can see state and action. What they accept, sir? State and action. So it might accept state, it might accept the action. You don't have what is a state. Okay. So I will create here one simple state called const initial state. Initial state. Initially, what is count value? Initially, what is the count value, sir? So state is nothing but initially I will take initial state. Later it will change. Okay. And initial state. And it will also take something called action. Okay. Now, this action, whatever you are taking action have two types. Can you see here? Actions have two types. Can you tell what are the types here? Incr, decr. Any action might trigger, na? You don't know which one will come. So I am writing something called switch. Do you know what is switch? Sir, I think you all know switch. Switch will go for case 1, case 2, case 3, something like that. Switch action dot type. So it can be case incr or it can be case decr or it can be default. Do you know what is default? You all know, sir, what is default? What is default? If it is not incr, not decr, if it is something else, then it is considered as default. If it is default, it will return the state directly. Whatever the state it receives, directly that state only it will do. But if it is increment, sir, everyone see what is state contains? State contains an object. In that there is a one value count. What is that value? 0. Now, if it is increment, sir, it will return it will return new state, which will contain all the previous state values. Sir, why you put dot dot dot, sir? Because now only count is there, but it can contain so many other things also, na? Like in our example, I told count may be there or cart may be there, users may be there. So it is not disturbing everything. Whatever you need to change, only that value you will change. Okay. Now this is called a spread operator. Keep it that whatever the other things you want, only this count value I will change. If anyone clicks this, count value will become state.count plus 1. Or if anyone does decrement, then I will do state.count minus 1. Sir, what you are doing? Very simple. I created one function, sir. In this function, I'm receiving state value. I'm receiving action value. I'm checking what is action ka type. If action ka type is increment, then I'm returning whatever the existing state plus count value will be plus 1. Same way, if I'm calling decrement, whatever the existing state plus count value will be minus 1. These are the things I'm doing it. Online, is it clear, sir? Online, are you getting my point? I will give you an examples. I will give you like we will understand this more depth. Don't worry. Next, sir, if you see the diagram, where is reducer is there? Reducer is inside of store. Reducer is inside of store. So I create another thing called store. So for creating the store, you have a function which is like create store. Create store, and we are having it like import counter reducer const store equals to create store counter counter reducer. The reason we are getting create store depreciated is because we are now actually using something called slices. Instead of this process, we do slices. But first, we need to understand this all. Then we will go. This is the original version. The recent version is like Redux Toolkit. Okay. Now, so I will do it like export default store. I just created one store using one reducer. You can create multiple stores and you can create multiple reducers and put it in one store also. Okay. Imagine I have another reducer. I will use something called combine reducers, and I will create a common reducer. In that common reducer, I will give it to store. So store accepts actually one reducer only. If you have two, three, you have to combine them. Online, any questions? No. So store contains reducer, reducer, store contain reducers. We can create, we can create store using store using create store, create store, create store. We didn't write the reducer logic. Why don't you write it the reducer logic also first? So this is reducer. First write reducer, and then I will write the store also. Online also note it down, sir. It will be there, but still note it down. Reducers are important and stores. Note it down, sir. Max to max, your course will be done in 2 or 3 days. Project will take 2 to 3 days. That's it. Today, like with this, your complete syllabus is over. We need to do one big project where I will include every doubt of yours. Whatever you have doubts, I will put everything. I will use Redux also in that, so that we will create one big application. TypeScript. We didn't have TypeScript in the syllabus, but if you want, I will tell you. TypeScript is not a big deal. I can tell. Store. Note it down the store also, sir. The topics I covered are 100% sufficient. Okay. You need not to go much depth, but it depends. Like when you do projects slowly, automatically depth will happen. Theoretically, you don't need to go any depth. Okay. But practically, you should do more and more projects. For example, every topic I gave only one topic, one project. You should do something more. At least 5 to 6 projects if you do big projects. That's enough. Now, next step, connect the provide the store provide the store globally globally, sir, to provide the using provider. So you need to go to our main file. There is something called index.main.jsx. So I will go to the thing called main.jsx. Note it down, ma. Good. Main.jsx. In main.jsx, I will import provider from React-Redux provider. And which one I need to provide? I need to provide a state, store. And all I will do is here I will write provider store is store. You can put any name. So I am providing store to the whole app. I'm providing store to the whole app. And after providing store to the full app, now last but not least, you need to do UI. You need to do the UI, sir. Let's do UI. Step 4, step 5. Implement UI with with use dispatch and use selector. So now you are going to learn something more hooks, which is use selector and use dispatch, which are used in the Redux. So go here, app, go here, RFCE. Something simple was there. Import, use dispatch, use selector. Dispatch is used to dispatch an action. Dispatch is used to dispatch an action. Now all you need is import the actions. What are the actions are there? Import. There are two actions, increment, comma, decrement. There are two actions. One is increment and another one is decrement. So all I do is here button plus I will create one dispatch. Const dispatch equals to use dispatch. And if anyone clicks this on click, if anyone clicks this on click, then I will dispatch increment. Same thing. If anyone clicks this minus, then I will dispatch decrement. Now, sir, these are the rules. Actions are the rules. Actions are the rules. Now, sir, if I dispatch increment, directly it will go to increment. What is this increment is telling? Type value incre. Immediately it will go to store. In the store, reducer is there. In reducer, what is their typing? State value. In state value, count value will become 1. 0 plus 1. Then count value becoming 1 na? Count value is becoming 1, and where it is storing count value 1 in the store. But sir, you want it na? Not store, you want it na? How do you get it? To get all you will do to get the value which are stored in store. To get the value which are stored in store, you will use something called use selector. What you will use, ma? Use selector. Use selector is to get the values. So all you will do is const c equals to use selector state state dot count, whatever the count value which is there in the state, that value I'm getting it, and that value I'm storing in C. What is the value? C. Now I will print this C. H2 C. npm run dev. Localhost 5173. Now can you see here 0 plus minus? If I go here, why it is not increment? Actions must be plain objects. Instead, actual type was function. You may need to add middleware to your store. No need. Actions must be plain objects. Actions are plain objects only na. Dun, 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 dun. Because you are saying increment na. But if you go here, increment is a function na. But here dispatch will do only this object. How do you get this object? If you call this function will return this object. So what is the mistake I did is you need to call it here. Then it will return that object. It will work. Correct. Can you see here? What is the advantage, sir? This you can do normal state also. The difference is imagine I have 100 components. Whenever I did counter, you did add to cart na? When you did add to cart in one component, you needed that to show in another component also na? You go to the Amazon, you click on add to cart, but add to cart will show in different places. It will show in right sidebar, it will show in top, it will show it in another pages also. How do you maintain it like everywhere? When you update in one place, how do you make it like updated in every other place? If you maintain with local state, it will not work. So I will keep a global state. Now, whenever I change counter, in this one state is not there. Is state is there in app, ma? No, state is not there in app. State is there in store. State is there in store. The same logic will apply. Now, sir, what will happen? Whenever someone click, it will call dispatch. In dispatch, it is calling one function. That function is increment. In this increment function, what it is returning? It is returning one object. In that object, what is their type value? Incr. Automatically, dispatch will go to reducer. In reducer, incr means it is updating count value and storing in the store. Now, store is having count value 1. Whatever there in the store, you are getting that value and printing it here. Online, is it clear, ma? Let me give you with another example. Let's have a simple example. The more you understand about Redux, the more easy it will become. You all know cricket, na? Obviously, yesterday is full cricket. Now, in cricket, two teams will play. Now, let's have our first question in cricket. How many scoreboards will be there in a cricket match? How many scoreboards you will maintain, sir, in cricket match? One board only, na? Sir, two teams will play. Do you think for two teams they will have two different boards? No, na? If any number, so many number of players are there. Okay. Do you think each player will have their own cricket scoreboard? No. There will be only one main board, na? So only one single board will be there. Only one single board for score. Same like Redux. Only one single store will be there in Redux. What is the use of this scoreboard? Scoreboard stores, scoreboard stores, scores. All scores. Any one score will be here only. Any doubts? Online, is it clear, sir? No. Second one. You know what is that event? An event, an event, an event triggers, sorry, dispatches, dispatches an action, an action. Action tells, action tells what happened. Means, sir, what is the event, sir? Every time, what is the event will happen? Someone hit the ball with a bat. That's what happens every time. That is the only thing happens, basically. Okay. Batsman hits the ball with bat. That is just an event. But the point is, when batsman hits the ball with a bat, maybe that ball goes to four, maybe the ball goes to six, maybe the ball goes to some kind of small runs. Okay, it goes in a different way, na? So whatever happened, that ball goes to four, ball goes to six, that is called action. What is it called? Like type four. Okay, someone hit the ball with a bat. This is a four. Someone hit the ball with a bat. This is six. Okay, now six. Like that, you might have it like multiple. I hope you all are getting it. Okay, whether it's four, whether it's six, after hitting that, it was different. Multiple are there. What happened next? Okay, imagine someone hit the ball. It became four. Acha. Now what should happen? If someone got a four, what should happen? Score will be changed. Change to increase of four, na? Score will be, if someone hit the four, score should be changed to four. If someone hit the six, score should be changed to six. If someone hit the, someone goes ball off, it's a wide, he should get it one ball extra, like one run extra. If someone get it like catch, it should be out, score will be zero. If someone it takes two runs, it would be two. Like that, there are some rules, na? Are you getting my point, ma? You cannot update the store directly. Can you update the scoreboard however you want, sir? Can you update the scoreboard however you want? No, there are some rules. When actions happen, when someone hit the ball goes to four or six. After that, based on rules, immediately the umpire opens the book and it will be like, okay, four. How many runs I have to give? Four. Then add this four. What are the previous ones? And then four. Then it will be like third one. Then reducer will come. Okay, reducer will do. Reducer decides. Reducer decides how state changes. It's like the empire, basically empire, decides how many runs to give, how many runs to give, and make changes to scoreboard. See, the rules are defined by the empire, isn't it? Are you getting my point, ma? The rules were maintained and observed by the empire. Ultimately, empire, how many runs he gives, that was the final one. You hit the ball, it went to six. It doesn't necessarily it has to be six runs. Okay. Maybe it's in a catch or maybe it's in something kind of another thing or something he will decide it. Online, are you getting my point, sir? And this empire do the changes to the scoreboard. Now in scoreboard changes happen na? Scoreboard changes happen na? If anyone wants to get the scoreboard changes, then he will get it. Anyone can see. Same way, any changes happened in the store, anyone can see. This is the basic logic of Redux. The three principles of Redux, basically. If I have to give it in our example, same thing happened. You see here, I click the button. Same like you hit the ball with a bat. I click the button. Button dispatches an action. Button dispatches an action. Now, same like actions are like your 4 or 6. We don't know. Na? Now you see what is the action? Incr. Type value incr. Now reducer says it like Empire says it like if your type is incr, then you will get a +1. If type is decr, you will get a -1. Remaining state is common. Remaining state is common. Okay, why? Because in our application there may be multiple states. Then you got it, simple, sir. Online, are you getting my point, ma? Any doubts here? Any doubts here? No? Good. In React, have you found? Yeah, I'm just looking for it. I will do today. Any other? No. Okay. So basically, React uses another thing called Redux to manage the states, sir. Just a minute. No. Okay. Now, so Redux is a state management library. In this Redux, people use global state. Any changes happened at one place, you can actually see it in any another place because you are doing it globally. Let's have a note of all these things. We maintained initially some questions called interview questions. I think we wrote it till use callback. I will give you complete interview questions now. Okay. Then we'll discuss it like any other doubts you have it or something kind of on any topic or question. I will give you a glance. Then tomorrow I will give you like what kind of projects we will do also. Then tomorrow we'll do. Okay. Yeah. Let's give it here. 13. I think you all noted down this 12 now somewhere. Continue now. Online, continue whatever you noted down these questions. What is React? What are its advantage? How React is different from React Native? What is component? How React handles components? JSX, its rules, nested component, props, state and manage state, virtual DOM and React works with virtual DOM, API, promise, async, wait, fetch, how React handles APIs, explain use effect, send data from child component to parent component, use callback and use memo. Next. What what are controlled components and uncontrolled components? What is useref? Useref and explain with an example. What is an event? Event. How to handle events? How to handle events? in React. How to handle forms in React with validation. Validation. Next. What are the what are the best third-party libraries? Third-party libraries needed in React. There are so many actually. I will give you the library list. And after that, what we discussed events, we discussed forms, we discussed this. Now, when we discussed routing, what is routing? Routing and how to do basic routing in React. What is the difference between anchor tag and link tag? Link tag. What is the difference between anchor tag and link tag? Next one. What is use navigate? Navigate. Use params and use search params. How to handle child routing, and not found page routing. How to handle child routing and a not found page routing. Next. What is prop drilling? Prop drilling and how to solve that? How to solve that? Explain context API with an example. Explain context API with an example. The next, we discussed context API, and after that, we Redux only, na? What is Redux and What are its three principles? Three principles. Explain Redux architecture. Architecture. Okay. Next. That's it. These were the basic things in interview if I go for it. Okay. The complete React this much only. Now, what I recommend is make a schedule for 5 days. Total 25 questions are there. No need to complete everything in one glance. Every day, sit for 1 hour and take 5 questions. Okay, you can check in internet, you can ask ChatGPT, you can ask Google, you can ask anywhere. If you ask this question, the Google will answer, the ChatGPT will give you the answer. Read that answer, understand it, okay, line by line, and note it down somewhere. Question, answer. Every day, do it for five. So in 5 days, this 25 will complete. If you complete this 25, almost your React is done. Like you are confident on that React. Then you need to do the projects. The more you do projects, the more easy it will become. Focus for 1 month, become master in React. You will get the job easily. Outside market is there for easily for React. Anyone who knows JavaScript and React well, easily you will get the job. Python, see Python, Java, Go, these were the big things. If you want to get that big things, it will take a lot of time. Python won't, you can't learn Python in 1 week. Okay, it's very vast. Regular learners only it will take it like normal speed learners, it will take it like 3 to 4 months because that much big syllabus is there. If you go for data science or any another field, it will be more difficult because syllabus is itself vast. But if you go for React kind of things, which you can actually complete in 1 2 weeks, okay. Once you get a job, slowly while doing the job, you can focus on your career with Python or Java. That will give you something good knowledge in becoming a developer. Online, are you getting my point, ma? Online, are you getting my point? We'll meet tomorrow and we'll discuss it how to do the project and don't miss next 2 classes. Okay. We will discuss real project. Okay. That's it for today. Thank you, Alma. Thank you.